Today we are going to be working on these crochet flower hot pads. They are made double-sided so that they're extra safe. So what you're going to need for this pattern is about 102 yards of 100% cotton yarn, size 4 medium. Today I'll be using I Love This Cotton in Ivory. For your secondary color that we will use for the petals, you are only going to need about 26 yards of this color. You also need a crochet hook, eye hook, 5.5 millimeters, some scissors, a stitch marker, and a yarn needle. To get started, we're going to create a slip knot and put our yarn on our hook, and then chain 2. Now in your second chain from your hook, you're going to place 7 half double crochets. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook into that same loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. We're going to do that 5 more times. 1, 2, 'Once we have 7 half double crochets, we're not going to join to our next stitch and end the round, but we're going to continue to crochet around in a spiral without joining so that we don't have a line where we end each round. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to mark my last stitch of my round with a stitch marker so that I don't lose track of it. And then I'm going to immediately start crocheting into the first half double crochet of that round, and this time I'm going to put 2 half double crochet into each half double crochet round to increase. So yarn over, insert your hook into the 2 loops of your first half double crochet of the last round, and then I'm going to do that again into the same stitch. So that's 2 half double crochets into the first stitch, and I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in the next. And we'll do that all the way around for a total of 14 half double crochets. Okay, now once you have 14 half double crochets, you're going to move that stitch marker to your last stitch to continue keeping track of each round. And for our next round, we're going to half double crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 half double crochet in the next. One half double crochet in the next, and 2 half double crochet in the next. And we're going to continue that all the way around with 1 in the next stitch, then 2 in the next, alternating 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around. And when you get to the end, you should have 21 half double crochets. Alright, once you are finished, we'll move our stitch marker again, And then we are going to place one half double crochet in the next stitch, one half double crochet in the next, and then 2 in the next. And we're going to alternate that around. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, all the way around for a total of 28 stitches. Okay, next round we are going to put one half double crochet in the next, one in the next, one in the next. So 1 in each of the first 3 stitches, and then 2 half double crochet in the next. We're going to repeat this around. 1 in the next 3, 2, 1 in the next 3, and then 2. And what you'll see here is we're having a pattern with, when we increase each round, we stitch a number of stitches, and with each round that number of 1 stitch in each stitch increases. So first we had, in this last round we had 2, and now we're increasing to 3, and in the next round we'll do 4 in a row, 5 in a row, 6 in a row, and then we put 2 half double crochet in a stitch, repeat that number in between until our next 2 half double crochet in 1 stitch. So for this round we'll be doing 3 half double crochets in a row, and then 2 double crochet in 1 stitch, and then 3 half double crochets in a row again, and then 2 half double crochets in the next stitch, and repeating that around. And then in the next round we'll increase to 4, so we'll do 4 half double crochets in the, or 1 half double crochet in each of the first 4 stitches, and then 2 half double crochets in the next, 1 in each of the next 4 stitches, 2 in the next, and that will be that round. And then the next round we do 1 half double crochet in each of the first 5 stitches, increasing by 1, and then 2 half double crochet in 1 stitch, and just complete that. So I'm not going to show you each round since you can kind of figure it out as you go, but I will let you keep going. This is round 5 that we are working on until you get to round 12. And once you're on round 12, you should have increased until you have 10 half double crochet stitches in between each 2 half double crochet cluster. So you have a repeat of 10 in a row, and that will be on round 12. So just continue circling around with that increase, and on round 12 you should end with 84 stitches all the way around, and meet me back here. But I will briefly show you again what our next step is for this round, which is 1 half double crochet in each of the next 3, and then 2 half double crochet. If you would like to see the written pattern so that you can kind of keep track a little more easily, you'll find a link to that in this episode's notes here on YouTube, and that pattern is free, always online to access. So if you need a little help with the numbers, keeping track of your rows, feel free to take a look at that. Sometimes it's easier to see something written out in front of you. Okay, now once you are to the end of round 12, we're going to put our final 2 half double crochet in that last stitch, and then you're going to put a single crochet in the next stitch, and this is just to kind of slowly finish off this round since it's our last one. So we're going to put 1 single crochet, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook, and then in the next stitch we're going to slip stitch. So this is just slowly tapering down. You're going to insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then pull all the way through the 1 loop on your hook, and we're going to finish off and pull your yarn through, and we're going to weave in this end here. Now you may have gotten some curling a little bit as you went, but it should flatten out pretty easily. And once we do the other side and sew them together, it should flatten out quite nicely. So don't be worried if there's a little bit of curling on there. Now also I got ahead of myself and I wove in my end in the center, but I'm going to show you how you can also do that with a smaller circle I have here. So for that center, you might have kind of a little gap where you started. So you're going to put your yarn on your hook or on your yarn needle, and you're just going to slip your yarn needle through the circle in the direction you were headed, or through those stitches that go around the center. Kind of go all the way around, pulling as you go, and that will cinch that tight for you and close up that circle. And then once you have it as tight as you would like, you can just weave in this end. Okay, so now once you have completed one side with 12 rounds and a total of 84 stitches around, we are going to repeat everything exactly the same to make a second side. And once you have done that, meet me back here to put on the edges. Now once you have two sides, right now I have them both facing me with the right side towards me, but we're going to put one the other direction so that they look the same on both sides, and place them on top of each other and kind of line them up so that they don't both have, since the ending has kind of a little bump on it, you don't want it on exactly the same spot, as because when we crochet around it's going to kind of even that out. So kind of put them on each other kind of unevenly, and pick a spot where you want to start, and just put your hook through 2 stitches on each side, or 2 loops, the 2 loops of a stitch on each side, and then we're going to attach our second color of yarn, pull that through, chain 1 to attach it. Alright, and now we're just going to single crochet all the way around. So in that same stitch, we're going to put a single crochet right there. And then we're going to single crochet going into 1 stitch on each side to crochet them together. So insert your hook through a stitch on this side and then one on the back, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both loops. Again, insert your hook through 1 stitch on this side and then the corresponding stitch on the other side, yarn over and pull through both, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. And we're just going to continue to do this all the way around with 1 single crochet in each stitch on each side, just to connect our 2 sides. And just meet me back here when you get all the way around. Now once you have single crocheted all the way around, connecting both sides together, you should have 84 stitches around. Now that is important because our petals, the count needs to match up. So if you don't have 84 stitches around, you need to go ahead and correct that. And then to finish off this round, we're going to slip stitch to that first single crochet to close off this round. Now we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to put 3 treble stitches into the same stitch. So for a treble, you'll yarn over twice, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. You can do that again, yarn over twice, insert into the same stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2. You can do one more, yarn over twice, insert in the same stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, through 2, through 2. Now we have 3 treble crochets plus our chain 3. Now we're going to skip the next 2 stitches. So skip this stitch and this stitch, and we're going to slip stitch into the next. Now this creates half of a petal, and when we come back around, we're going to finish that up. Now we're going to skip the next 2 stitches. Skip, skip, and in the next stitch, we're going to put 7 treble stitches. So yarn over twice. You're going to have to, on the first one, pay attention to keeping this tight here, because if you get loose, then this side of our petal is going to be floppy. So kind of concentrate on keeping this, especially this first treble, tight. Insert, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Again. You can kind of see that's pretty loose right there. I think I'm going to go back and do that again. You want to keep this one loop here as tight as possible so that we don't have floppy petals. There, that is a little better. So we're going to put 7 treble stitches in this one stitch. Alright, now we're going to skip the next 2 stitches and slip stitch into the next. And that is our first full petal. Now we're going to repeat that again. We're going to skip 2 stitches and put 7 trebles into the next. Now remember, we're going to keep this one tight. So skip 2, insert into the next. Skip the next 2 stitches and slip stitch in the next. And we're just going to continue this around. You skip 2, 7 trebles, skip 2, slip stitch, skip 2, 7 trebles, skip 2, slip stitch, all the way around until you get back to the last few stitches of the end. When you get back around the end here, you should have 2 stitches left after your last petal, and then we will finish off our half a petal here. Alright, so as you come back around to the beginning here, you should have finished the 14th petal if you're counting this as a whole one, even though it's half. And you should have 2 stitches remaining before that first starting petal. So what you're going to do is you're going to skip those last 2, and we're going to place 3 treble stitches into the same stitch that we placed this first half petal. So you yarn over twice, insert your hook there in that petal, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over through, pull through the rest. I'm gonna do that again. And one last time. And now we're going to slip stitch into the top of this chain 3. Finish off and weave that in. We're going to weave our other end in as well. We're going to weave it into the colored petals since it's a different color than the center. And there you have it. Super cute project. Very practical as well. Makes a great gift. Be sure to subscribe for more crochet and also check out my blog as well for more crochet patterns.